Few novels begin with a thought so dangerous that it slowly poisons an entire life. Crime and Punishment is not a story about a murder. It is a story about what happens when an idea convinces a person that they stand above moral limits. Rodion Raskolnikov is not driven by greed. He is driven by a theory. He believes that humanity is divided into two types of people: the ordinary, who must obey the law, and the extraordinary, who may transgress it in order to bring something greater into the world. History, he believes, belongs to those who dared to break moral rules. Napoleon is his unspoken model. To test this idea, Raskolnikov commits murder. Not out of rage, but as an experiment. The act itself is quick. The consequences are endless. What follows is not a police chase, but a psychological descent. Dostoevsky shows that guilt does not arrive as punishment from the outside. It grows from within. Raskolnikov's mind begins to fracture. His thoughts loop endlessly. His body weakens. His isolation deepens. The novel makes a brutal claim. No one can escape their conscience by intellectual argument alone. Raskolnikov's suffering is intensified by his refusal to accept responsibility. He oscillates between arrogance and self-disgust. At times, he sees himself as a visionary misunderstood by society. At other times, he longs for confession and relief. This inner conflict reveals the novel's central idea. Punishment is not something imposed by the law. Punishment begins the moment a person denies their own moral nature. Around Raskolnikov, Dostoevsky places characters who reflect different responses to suffering. Sonia accepts suffering as a path toward redemption. Porfiry, the investigator, understands that psychological truth matters more than evidence. Each character pulls Raskolnikov closer to the realization that intellectual pride cannot replace moral responsibility. The novel ultimately argues that salvation does not come from brilliance, ideology, or justification. It comes from humility and acceptance. Only when Raskolnikov abandons his theory and admits his guilt does he begin to recover his humanity. Crime and Punishment is a warning about ideas that detach intelligence from compassion. It shows that when a person treats morality as a problem to be solved rather than a reality to be lived, the result is inner collapse. The novel remains relevant because it speaks directly to a modern temptation: the belief that being intelligent excuses being cruel.